women do not date out of their race enough, and God, please release my sisters from the shackle of only dating black men. I feel like it's time for us to explore our options. It's way more of life to see, way more experiences to have.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title guys, you can see in today's video, we're going to be talking about none other than the beautiful Halle Bailey, because you guys know just recently the Dusty DDG basically came out here and announced that they were no longer in a relationship. I think it is very unfortunate that this male basically he went and he preyed upon this black woman, knowing damn well that she wasn't necessarily his type to begin with. But this is precisely why I will continue to talk about black women knowingly know how these males feel about us as a collective, but black women will still allow these males to get in their head. Black women knowing these males are literally the biggest gold diggers out here. We know for a fact that these males will tell y'all for themselves that their intention is for them to go out here, find a successful black woman, because oftentimes we know that these males will be in relationship with women that are indeed their true preference, just like this girl that you're viewing here on your screen. This is his first public relationship that I know of. Her name is Kennedy, and naturally these men can't really sustain any type of healthy relationship with anyone. Basically, it was announced that he also decided to cheat on her, and I do have to give her props because she kind of knew her worth and she decided that she wasn't going to stay around. But unfortunately, I feel like this is why it's so easy for these males to come and prey upon actual black women, because these biracial or these non-black women as a collective, for the most part, they're probably getting cheated on by these dusty males, because at the end of the day, these dusty males can only be who they are, right? But unfortunately, these males will take black women and laugh in their face every single time, because this hair is Ruby Rose. Just in case you guys aren't necessarily familiar with her, I would say that she's his second high profile relationship prior to him getting in a relationship with a black woman that he had no intention on staying with. And I feel like the reason why this male decided that he was going to go and impregnate a black woman instead of one of his actual preference, such as Kennedy Simone or Ruby Rose, it's because I think, unfortunately, Halle Bailey was an easy target. A lot of people were saying that probably DDG was Halle first, and that's why it was probably so difficult for her to see all of the red flag. But I think that's a very, very poor excuse, because I can only speak for myself. If my boyfriend, ex-girlfriend is coming out here saying that he still is in her DM after now I'm in a new relationship with him, if this girl also went as far as to shade me, to come out here and say that I was out here wearing the clothes that he had once gave me, I mean, so many people saw all of the red flag. This male was consistently coming out here embarrassing this girl literally every opportunity that he got. This is precisely why her fan couldn't understand why she was just sticking around, allowing this to go on. And what she would do is that she will always come out here and tell us to mind our business, which I think it is quite ironic, because these people, they were consistently be putting their life out here, because we already know the Dusty Baby Daddy DDG, he's also a YouTuber, and naturally he's gonna do whatever it takes for him to bring in those views, right? Because you guys know when he and Halle first started dating, literally everything that this male did, he will find a way to put Halle Bailey name within the title of his video. And the reason I feel why he did that is naturally he was looking for clout off of her name, because she is more successful than him. And number two, I also feel like this male know that basically by him telling her what she needed to hear in the moment, this could have potentially linked him to her for the rest of their life, because unfortunately now there's a child within the whole mix. But unfortunately for Halle, I feel like this was this male goal all along, for him to come impregnate her. Don't you guys think that it is weird that this male was in two very public relationships prior to him getting in a relationship with Halle. But you guys notice both of those women, he were their preference. But notice that he didn't impregnate any of them. And I personally feel like the reason why he didn't really impregnate any of them is because they couldn't give him the access to stuff that he wanted. Because let's just be honest, guys, regardless of all of you dusty male and you male identified woman, whenever I talk about these two, y'all be coming in the comment section talking about, well, he has more money than her. Regardless of him having more money than her, that you guys like to state, we already know that this man wasn't attending all of these prestigious award shows prior to him getting in a relationship with Little Mermaid, because that's another point I think that is very imperative within this whole situation, because I feel like Halle went and she got with him at the pinnacle of her success. And unfortunately, these males, they're very insecure. They can't fathom the thought of a woman, and especially a black woman, being more successful than them. Regardless of you guys saying that he has more money than her, do you guys know that in her situation, she has way more pull than him? Because this girl is literally one of Beyonce's artists. Y'all know by her simply being one of Beyonce's artists, it already put her in a complete different category. DDG, unfortunately for him, he's just a YouTuber, and I truly feel like this is why he saw an opportunity with Halle. He saw that she was very gullible, and to be honest, I feel like this is why he rushed and impregnated her. And you guys can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that altogether they even lasted 2 years. And another point that I think is very important, I'm not sure about you guys, but I know some of these dusty males, they will be in a relationship with a black woman for 5, for 10 years, if a black woman is going to stick around for that long being in a girlfriend. But I know these males that will stick around as long as this woman is not getting pregnant. These men are going to continue to be there. But like I have told you guys over and over, soon as these women get pregnant, this is why I'm going to continue to say I feel like this male whole goal with Halle was to impregnate her, because these men like to come out here, they like to talk about how you as a woman, how your value go down once you become a mom, which I think it is quite ludicrous. And this is also why I continue to ask myself, why do you black women continue to give these male life when these male, they're gonna grow up, they're gonna resent you? Obviously their dusty father isn't gonna be around, which, and I think this right here is a clear example of that. I truly feel like one of the most disheartening thing about these type of situation is that Halle, she was consistently out here trying to defend this dusty male when her fan base couldn't really understood why she would stick around, let this male literally cheat on her, let this male go out here and say all type of stuff about her. You guys saw when she was out here promoting the Little Mermaid, this male decided that he was gonna release a song within that same week, basically letting us know how he was so insecure. But he also spoke about, even though he was very insecure, he was very jealous, he spoke about him being so attached to her. Even though he wanted to move on, he couldn't do it because he was quote unquote attached. You guys notice now that there's a kid within the mix, he's not attached anymore. And I feel like this is why it was so easy for him to then move on, because I feel like he came, he conquered, and then he moved on. And this is why a lot of people now are saying Halle Bailey, basically she got her karma coming to her, because when people will try to point out all of these stuff for her, she will basically tell us to mind her business. I think the whole situation, it is very unfortunate. I feel like this male doing what they do best. They like to trap successful black women. Once again, you guys can say what you want, but notice that he didn't went and impregnate any of his preference. And I feel like that is because they couldn't necessarily get him into the rooms that he have always wanted to be. This girl that you're viewing here on your screen, her name is Anna. So basically people are saying that now this is his newest girlfriend. If you look at her, she fits the profile of the type of woman that he tend to date. Like I said, I feel like Halle was an easy prey for him. He saw this successful black woman, and naturally these males know for a fact that regardless of them being dusty, regardless of them being broke, they know that they can any day of the week get a successful, beautiful young black woman to basically put her entire life on hold for him. Because you guys can feel how y'all feel about it, but I truly feel like had Halle Bailey not went and lower herself by getting with this male here, and she didn't allow this male to impregnate her, make her become a single baby mama, don't you guys think that Halle would have been bigger at this point? Because mind you, Halle was literally in the midst of being the very first little black mermaid. She also was in the color purple. She had so much positive stuff going for her. But you guys notice now that she is indeed a single baby mama and she's attached to this dusty male for the rest of her life. I truly feel like this male couldn't really wait to get the opportunity to go out here and embarrass her. I feel like this is why he only stick around until she was pregnant, until the baby was here, for him then to eventually move on. Because y'all also know that ever since he came out here and he announced that they were no longer in a relationship, he went on a breakup tour. Like I said, this male had to do what he had to do because at the end of the day, his bread and butter is YouTube, right? So nonetheless, guys, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about DDG not really impregnating his true preference. Once again, in my opinion, it's because they weren't able to open up the door. Then the black woman in this situation that he did impregnated regardless of her not being his type. What are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.